So casually, riding through coffee. So indiscreet. Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in pieces of emotion. Waiting till the days get closer. How do you feel this whole you know? Sometimes everything gets hard. Sometimes everything gets hard. See my wrists hard. This is it's not right. You know I'm trying to do. I remember people say. Sometimes everything gets hard. Maybe just a way I live. I'm scared. So hard to please. Drowning in pieces of emotion. Getting to the distance, not so hard. How do you feel this whole you know? Sometimes everything gets hard. Sometimes everything gets hard. See my wrists hard. This is even better than I hello. Hey. We're going to be getting started in just a minute. I apologize for my delay. And if you know me well enough, you know I'm getting some tea ready because I need to have my tea. Okay, I want to have my tea and my water and my lemon real comfortable in front of me while I do this drink. Hope everyone is having a good day, a great night, and I am really looking forward to this. So enjoy the music, and I'm gonna see you in a minute. How I'd rather do that instead. Here I come. Hey. And if nobody get excited, everybody remain calm. I'll be right here, right here. Did you miss me? All right, let's go ahead and get ready to get into this. Turn the music down. Welcome, Little Rock. Little Rock is in the house. Channel and channel. And we have Edward Bailey. Hello, hello. And I have the DOD, Deacons of Defense. And so far, that is all I have over here. But you know what? That's more than enough to me to go ahead and get started. So, can y'all hear me okay? I have my tea. Oh, wait, I didn't get my honey. I'm having honey tonight. Honey! Loud and clear? Okay, awesome sauce. So, y'all, let me preface this with a couple of things. The first thing I want to preface this with first, hello everyone, it's your girl Rainy Woman coming back at you with another live stream. And if you're catching this on the replay, do me a favor, hit that like button, that subscribe button, check me out for a little while. And if you dig me, stick around. And if you don't, let me know some kind of way, but it's okay. And just, I wish you peace, love, and happiness, whether you stick around or not. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share it with a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a lover, brother, sister, cousin, whatever. Anyway, check it out. So, hey, Jack. Okay, so let me preface this with you all that literally prior to me really coming onto YouTube a couple of the last year, prior to like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I never knew anything about any of this stuff. I never heard of divesting. I never heard of save yourself black men. I never heard of MGTOW. Like I never heard of any of those things. I did hear I was familiar with is I was familiar with interracial or intercultural relationships, but that's it. And I was aware that people chose to date out or marry out for different reasons. And for me, I never really liked that. However, I didn't have any venture all towards it either. Like, I wasn't going around on a campaign like, you shouldn't be married to, someone outside your race. I wasn't mean mugging or trying to control people's love, people's heart, and people's thoughts. For me, the only thing I never liked was if I heard someone dissing black people. Like if you was a black woman and you were speaking ill of black men because you were interracially involved or chose to be interracially involved, I can't vibe with that. I did not vibe with that. and I could not vibe with that. And to this day, I still cannot vibe with that. And the same thing with black men or black boys or teenagers or whatever. I don't care, didn't care who the people I went to school with. I didn't care about the people I was in the military with. If they dated or married outside of the race, I didn't go on like a witch hunt after them. I didn't hold a campaign against them. Um, and I didn't love them or feel like I didn't feel like I would be any less protective of them being in my unit, being in the forces with me, any less than I would have with them being married to or involved with someone black. So, hey, welcome, Ella. Welcome, LaShanne. So, when I came to YouTube, I didn't feel any different. But I must admit, I have never, I have never, ever heard black men and black women speak like they did, like what speak like they do here in this space. When I came to YouTube, prior to me coming to YouTube, Rain Woman was a woman who was a black woman who loves herself, a woman who was proud of her skin, her complexion, her hair texture, her facial features, her body, the way I speak, a woman who loves black people, a woman who supports black business, a woman who loves black family, a woman who loves black love, a woman who wants to see black love, a woman who wants to see black family, a woman who wants to see black people thrive. Before I came to YouTube, I love my sisters. I mean, I actually have a sisterhood. And I love my black men. As a matter of fact, not only did I love my black men, I was particularly favorable of very dark-skinned black men. And you know what? After becoming acquainted with the black manosphere, after becoming aware of SYSBM swirlers, I never even heard the word swirler before. So after becoming aware of the term swirlers, after you heard the DBI, I said I am favorable towards very dark skinned men. Didn't say I'm only attracted to them. But so becoming aware of all these terms now, and I'm going to admit that I don't fully understand them. Okay. I do not. I'm not going to pretend to fully understand them because I do not. Hey, Dante, I don't. And one of the reasons why I don't is because there seems to be, even from people that speak on these terms and are part of these movements. Well, they say it's not a movement, so I don't know if it's a movement, lifestyle, or whatever. But that support this and that are part of this lifestyle, they seem to have a different opinion or a different perspective on it for themselves. And so it really, hello, welcome, BK Hammer. It is so good to see you. So it really makes it hard for those of us on the outside trying to understand it so that we don't speak negative against it, or so we can decide if we're going to support it or not, or how we feel about it. It makes it kind of hard because there is no particular code and there's no particular requirement or no particular description of it. There's no real way to identify except individuals saying this is what I'm doing, and listening to each individual in these groups, because they have their individuals that form these groups and they have a collective voice, even if they don't have the same collective ideals, and they have a collective message. So for those of us on the outside looking in, we really can't really fully grasp it, except they want to be allowed to do what they're doing, to have their choices, and to not be talked down about their choices. The only problem that I really have with that is that, like I did before, knowing about them and their acronyms, is that they are talking down and they're crapping on the rest of us who do not share those same opinions and do not share those same thoughts. And they have it seems to me, they like to throw their shots, they like to throw their slugs at us, but they don't want you to say anything to them. They don't seem to be able to handle any pushback or handle any name calling when it comes to them, but they want to do a lot of the name calling. So here's what I have to say then. Because going in 2020, let me tell you, I am okay with not understanding. I don't have to understand everything in order to let everything just be. And I don't have to understand everything in order for me to be. And ultimately, my peace of mind and my peace of spirit and my peace of energy is the most important. So I am SYSBW, SYSRW, because I am going to save myself. I am a Black woman and I am going to save myself. I am a Black woman, I am reigning woman, and I am going to save myself. And I'm going to save myself by not trying to understand, by not trying to relate to any of those acronyms. Whether you are a Black woman or whether you are a Black man, you can have it. If divesting, if swirling, if sleeping with the enemy, if sleeping with the enemies is what you want to do, you go right on ahead. You go right on ahead. If you have to go across the country, if you have to go overseas, whatever you have to do, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care how you do it. I don't care when you do it. I don't care why you do it. I don't care about any of that. You know why? Because I don't have to try to understand people that are not a part of my life. I am black. I am black love. I am black family. I am black happiness. And my happiness is not contingent upon your happiness. And your happiness is not contingent upon mine. You do not need my approval, apparently, and you don't need my validation. And I don't want yours. We're not, people like myself, honestly, we're not trying to hold you back. Whatever issues that we have, we're going to address the issues that we have. If there's anything that we find funny about something that's in it, then that's what we're going to address. Just like you all address, you have your way of addressing the things that you feel is wrong with the Black community and the Black society, right? So, hey, you address that, and we're going to address those things as well. And sometimes messages will be misconstrued. And one of the reasons why sometimes the messages get misconstrued is because, in my opinion, a lot of times people get so stuck on feeling attacked that they take the whole message and the whole argument out of context. The whole issue that's really being addressed is taken out of context because you hear one or two words that makes you feel assaulted or makes you feel like makes you feel defensive. And you know what? I'm not even trying to stop you from being defensive. My channel, listen, let me tell you guys, I have, let me see, what am I working with over here? On this channel, I am working with, I'm like 794 subscribers, right? I don't know how many I'm going to have after this stream. Hell, I don't know how many I'm going to have after any of the streams, quite, actually, I don't. But myself and my channel is not here to take on your misery and make your misery mine or ours. Misery likes company. To my beautiful ladies, hello Rosie Rays, hello Health Weight and Real Talk. Misery likes company, right? And I understand that some of this is brothers and sisters happy to have found a place where they can bring together their voices, happy to have found a place where someone could share in their pain, right? Well, I don't share your, okay? I don't share your pain. And I'm not carrying, right? I'm not going to carry your pain on my back. I'm not going to carry your pain on my shoulders in 2020. Not at the risk of falling into distress myself. And there have been times that has happened where I take on all of this energy from all these things that's going on with all these different groups and these different people, from trying, just from even trying to understand, from trying to have fun, from trying to blend in, from trying to support, and moments being in distress afterwards. And I'm saying hell to the F no after this training. Hell to the F no after this training. You know, I've never been one to want to doo-doo on other Black women. And I've never been one to want to doo-doo on Black men. When I was in the 90s, when I first started going out doing spoken word and sharing my poetry in venues, in what is my second home, Arizona, I remember after a few weeks hearing so many poems from Black women and young ladies about their relationships with Black men and being so hurt, so broken, and they had a lot of angry poetry. And I remember one night leaving one of the venues, the main venue where we got started, feeling like, man, much as I love Black men, I would hate to be a Black man sitting in the audience sometimes, because there's so much hurt being shared in these words that even I empathize, even I feel bad for the Black men. So I wrote a poem. It was a short poem, but I wrote a poem titled Be the King. Be the king. And the very next chance that I got, I shared that poem behind the mic because I wanted to encourage and I wanted to uplift the Black men in the audience, and I wanted to encourage and I wanted to uplift the Black men behind the mic. But at the same time, I didn't write that poem and I didn't read that poem to crap on the sisters because of their expressions. Who knows why they felt? You know, some of them had broken hearts. Some of them were dealing with their father issues, much like some of the men. You know, when they was read their work, and some of their work, you know, became an attack against Black women. And then you had the brothers that would come and write their poetry and read their work, perform their work to try to offset that energy that was coming from them as well. But that wouldn't be possible. That would not be possible if there were women. Even then, I was just in my 20s. I was just in my early 20s. But that wouldn't be possible if even then, young Black women like myself and young Black men like them didn't have love for themselves, didn't have hope in themselves, and didn't believe in us. Let me sip this tea. Tonight, I am not drinking any fancy. I am just sipping regular hot green tea with coconut oil and honey. Raw, organic honey. Oh, this is so good. Oh. Um, I empathize. Let me say this, right? For the black men and the black women that have been hurt in relationships, in your families, in your communities. Ooh, hold on. I gotta sit right there. I'll call me back. I must call her back. That's her second time calling. I must call her back. So, but if you've experienced an extreme hurt in your relationships, hello, Monica Mo, in your families, whether it's from your mother, grandparents, sisters, boyfriends, husbands, ex-husbands, ex-wives, the community, whatever. And this really, really left you damaged. It's really left you hopeless, broken, or just without faith in any recovery. I empathize. I have no idea what that is like. No idea what that is like. I have no idea. I have no idea what that is like. I have no idea what it is like to have been so hurt or so broken that even if things were going decent, better, or well in my life, that I have this pain, this other pain, this other hurt lingering. I have no idea what it's like. I cannot relate. I cannot relate. And I'm not the only one that cannot relate. There's a whole lot of things that I cannot relate to. But you know what? I'm not going to be hung on the cross for the things that I can't relate to. Not on YouTube. I haven't done it on any of my other social media prior to YouTube, and not in my life. If counseling doesn't work, I don't know. If the creator won't help, if you don't trust going to the creator, if you don't believe in the creator, all of these things, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not going to kill myself, man, trying to figure it out for you. I'm not going to kill myself trying to overly support, to be hung on the cross, to be sacrificed for you. And I'm not going to throw my other black sisters, my other black women, I'm not going to throw other black men under the bus because of your pain. I'm not going to do it. I take no pride. I take no pride and no comfort, none whatsoever, in throwing any of my people under the bus. I take no comfort out of it, and I take no joy, and it does not bring me any peace, and it does not add to my happiness to address issues by attacking people. I don't have to put you down in order to lift me up. Baby, I am a star. You hear me? Rain Woman is going to shine, baby. I'm going to shine. If don't nobody else shine, Rain Woman going to shine. I don't have to dull your light, dim your light in order for my light to shine. Baby, this little star going to shine. I don't have to prove anything about me to anybody by crapping on other people or throwing other people under a bus. I want us all to be whole, and I want us all to be happy. And what happiness, like my description says, what happiness looks like to me may not look the same to you. What happiness looks like to you may not look the same to me. But one thing about it is, you cannot bring me happiness, and I cannot bring you happiness, but I don't have a right, and you don't have a right to stand in each other's way of happiness. So my channel is definitely all about supporting self-love, self-respect, acknowledgement and the respect of the Most High, however and whatever that looks like for you, whether it looks like something or nothing at all, because something else too, I am a woman of faith. I am a woman of, I believe in the Creator. And my faith is not contingent upon your belief or the lack thereof. So my content is not for everybody. If you are, if you're at war and you have an army of women or an army of men against the other gender, and you get off on that, or that's, I'm gonna tell you something, and I don't care how you dress it up. I don't care if you call it the matriarchy, the patriarchy, the red pill, blue pill, black pill, white pill, pink pill, brown pill. Listen, I'm a woman. I am a full grown woman. And I know I don't sound like it because my voice sounds so young. So I know I don't sound like it. And in person, I don't look like it sometimes. But I am a full grown woman with different characteristics and different character traits. And I don't need a pill to define me, and I don't need a pill to describe me. And I don't need an acronym. I don't need letters. I don't need a movement. I don't need any of that to be who I am, to be about my purpose, my mission, my family, my life, my love. I don't need any of that to live life to the fullest and to go for what it is that I want to go for in life. I don't need any of that to push the people that I believe in to grow. I don't need any of that. All I need to do, and all I need is to wait a day and that I am breathing, to be grateful for that breath, to know what I stand for, to know who I am, and to just go with that. I don't need a master teacher, woman or male. I don't need somebody else to define me. I don't need any of that. What I need, what I desire is like-minded and like-spirited individuals that have a progressive state of mind, a progressive state of being, who doesn't want to hurt other people, who doesn't want to add to people's pain. Because one thing I believe in is if you can't make people better by being around them and being in their life, then just leave them the hell alone. Because I much rather people's life be better because I'm in it or not be in it. And the same for me. Like, if you can't make me better, then hell, I don't need you around me to make me worse. Okay? We don't be needing that. Jack, I know how you are about grammar, and I am not trying to be fully grammatically correct at this moment. So, don't you come in here with your proper grammar, enunciation, pronunciation, correction, and all up in here with the police car and your pen taking notes. I'm not here for it tonight, Jack. Spade. But I'm not gonna crap on you guys either. You guys and you girls, you ladies, you men. If using the pill, if using this description of patriarchy and matriarchy, and if all of that is what you need and it helps you, then hey, you know what? So be it. Go. Take all the socialization, description, definition pills that you need, to for your path and for your journey, because we're not all on the same path and we're not all on the same journey. And I'm pretty sure that 2020 has a few other things for me to learn or for me to become aware of and for me to address different things. So, hey, we'll see what that looks like. We'll see what that looks like. But what that won't look like is, that won't look like me going on a witch hunt. That won't look like me entering these gender wars. It's just not going to look like that, y'all. Let me tell you, I have too many mirrors in my house. Right? I have mirrors almost everywhere. Large mirrors. I mean, just large mirrors. Okay, no, they're not everywhere because there's one bedroom that doesn't have large. Okay, two, because those two rooms don't have mirrors. But there's a mirror in that bathroom. Those bathrooms. Okay, anyway, so I just do like a mirror count. But where there are mirrors in my house, they're pretty big mirrors. And every day and every night in those mirrors, I see a black woman. A black woman. And in that black woman, I see a black man and a black woman. Because in that black woman, I see my mother and my father. And then in that black woman and in that black man, I also see Native American. I also see Indian, because I have a grandmother that was Indian. And then I see a little bit of German. So I see some mixtures. But the exterior is a black woman. And I'm not crapping on that black woman. I'm loving on that black woman. I might critique that black woman so that black woman can grow, so that black woman can learn, so that black woman can say no to the red velvet cheesecake in the refrigerator. So that black woman can decide what other products she's going to try on her hair or her skin. But I'm not looking at that black woman tearing her down. I'm not looking back at me crapping on me. And even if I have a weave in my hair or I'm wearing a wig or braids, I'm not looking at that and saying, I hate my hair. No, no, no. I love my hair. When I decide to apply makeup and dress myself up, I'm not looking and saying, oh, now this makes me better or this makes me look better. No, because before I apply any of that, I'm already telling myself and acknowledging the beautiful creation that God gave me, that He saw fit just for me. So I can't do that and then crap on you. Now, if it comes to character, something out of character, and something I feel like I can and need to address, then I can do that. But to just tear you down, no. So SYSBM, SYSBW, whatever works for you, whatever country, whatever nationality, whatever works for you, so be it. Shout out to the people that try to get an understanding, and they're still trying to get understanding. Because I'm not. Nope, I'm not. I am leaving. I am shaking the dust of all that stuff. I am shaking it off of my feet. I'm at the fork in the road, right? And I'm choosing to not stay at the fork. I'm choosing to choose a direction, either to the right or to the left, but I will not stand at this fork. I'm not going to meditate at this fork. I'm not gonna be at this fork in the road come December 31st, midnight of this calendar year. I'm not going to be at odds with people for no reason either. For no reason? No. I need a reason. I'm not trying to make you stay. People like me. Now, I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself and people like me. We are not trying to get NT, not marry or one of you. SYSBM, SYSBW. We are not trying to get a marry one of you to stay here to make us feel better. Okay? You can go. You can leave. We're not trying to make you stick around so we can have a resource for our communities. You can take them. You can go and you can take them. We will work. Those of us, black people here, American blacks, African American blacks, however we see ourselves, some way, somehow or another, we will either be all right or we'll be all right. But make no mistakes about it. Those of us who are intelligent in any shape of the word know they're trying to change your mind or keep you here and have you fussing, complaining, griping, being argumentative, disruptive, and we're arguing with you and we're being combative. Those of us who have any amount of intelligence knows that that is counterproductive. For those of us who don't know, for those of you who don't know, it is, let me tell you, that is counterproductive. Neither one of us have anything to gain. And neither one of us are moving forward and are being as progressive and as productive as we can when we are dividing our energy, our mind space, and our time with arguing with those who do not understand and neither desires to understand our position. We are slowing each other down. We are holding each other up. And for what reason? For the sake of being right? Being right is not that important to me. Because the only thing that I have to do and be right about is my life and my movement, how I move. Because at the end of the day, that's what I am responsible for. You can elaborate in the chat room, DLD. That's what I'm responsible for. In some instances, it's like a goalpost in these arguments, in debates. They just keep on moving. They just keep on moving. On both sides, with the black woman and the black men. It seems like there's a goalpost and it just gets moved further and further and further. Well, if the black woman would do this, well, if the black woman would say this, peace, Darren. Well, if the black woman had done this. Okay. Well, if that black woman had told that black woman to go do this. Okay, well, if those black women had never listened to that black woman say this. Okay, well, if that black woman had never lived over here. Okay, if that black woman had never slept with him. Okay, if that black children with him. Okay, if that black man had only hugged her sons. Okay. If that black woman had only not hugged her son too much. Okay. If that black woman had encouraged her son more. Okay. If that black woman had only showed her daughter something different. Okay. If that black woman had only been more critical of her black daughter. Okay. If that black woman had only been more critical of her neighbor's daughter who has another daughter down the street. Okay. If the neighbor down the street had talked to the neighbor across the country, if that neighbor, if those black women had came together and had marched for the death of the black boy that was aborted by the woman who was raped. Okay. If those women had, you know what I'm saying, the goalpost keeps getting moved. Black women. Okay, if the black men had never, hey, Careless Whisper, hey, DC. Okay, if the black men had never gone to war. Okay. If the black man had never drank alcohol. Okay. If the black man had never chased the white woman to get her validation, to get back at the white man. Okay. If the black man had never hung out on the corner and sold drugs to his mama. Okay, wait. Okay. If the black man had never, okay. If the black man would stand up to the white man on his job, then he could protect me. Okay. If the black man wouldn't talk so much and give the white man so much attitude. Okay, well, if that black man would tell the other black man down the street, if he would have told his brother to not sell the drugs, if that black man, because see, that black man should have never married his son's mother because he knew his son's mother had potential to be a crackhead when he saw her pictures when she was 2. See, the goalpost just keeps getting moved. If they had not accepted child support, if they had not accepted men getting out the house, if they had not accepted assistance, look, whatever your reason is, whatever your argument is, whatever dog you have in this fight, okay. I don't get it. And at this point, I'm not trying to get it. At this point, I don't care who else gets it. I don't care who else don't get it. I don't care. SYSBM, SYSBW, and the rest of us, We will either be all right or we'll be all right. But either way, we're going to be cool. If for no other reason, but because we have to be. And whether you are SYSBM or SYSBW, whether you are here in America or whether you go abroad somewhere else, you still, if you're black, you're still going to be black. Okay? And you're still going to have something that you must deal with, no matter where you are, no matter where you go, because of the complexion of her skin. But have at it. I did a very, very, very short Bubbles video about 2 months ago that for $3,000, even at the last minute, for $3,000, you could literally relocate from America to Brazil, Japan, Africa. I found nice Airbnbs. I found very nice hotels that you could stay in for a week. I found some very nice flights one way, and $3,000 in any of those directions is more than enough for you to stay in a very nice hotel or Airbnb for like a whole week while you find yourself a home and find a job. $3,000. Man or woman, $3,000 can get you those. You can go and put in your pink slip to your job. You can go tell them that you won't be coming back. You don't have to wait for them to give you a pink slip. You can fire them for $3,000. Pick your flight, pick your place on the map, and you can get gone. And you can do a stream from your new location. Or you can stay here and continue to complain to us and fight with us until you do make that move. Either way, I'm just trying to let you know that we support over here, right here, on this channel. We support you finding your way. Whatever, hey brother Rob, hi Kendrick, whatever makes your boat rock. I think that's how that goes, or whatever sells your ship. Whatever. It doesn't require many more arguments. I mean, unless you just want to argue about it, it doesn't, I don't know. So that's my take, everybody. Once again, I am black. I am black love. I am black family. I'm black hope. Black happiness. Tomorrow is the last day of this decade, and it's going to be a new decade. Absolutely right, Kendrick. Excuse me, can I ask you something? Sure, you're in the chat room. You're not blocked. I can see you. Go ahead. Don't they have a high? Hey, DC Purple Diva, let me tell you. here's the thing, right? Where I'm at with this too is I'm not really trying to point out any negative consequences. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to dissuade these black men or dissuade these black women from going abroad. I'm not trying to, I don't have a dog in that fight. You know what I mean? I don't have a dog in that fight. There is something wrong everywhere. And our complexion, which by the way, let me tell you, I would have it no other way. I love being a black woman. I love being a black woman. I am proud to be a black woman. I'm proud of my skin. And even with the struggles and the battles that we have, they don't make me not want to be a black woman. And they don't make me not want to see and appreciate black men. And they don't make me want to love us and look at us any less than either. So I just take it on the chin, man. I'm gonna take it on the chin, I'll take it in the hair bun, whatever. But there's going to be some kind of issue of some sort, and there's going to be a problem, no matter what, no matter where we go. So at this point, it's just like you pick your battle for your own life, you know, because it's all about picking battles. We don't have to fight over everything. I'm convinced that some people look for complaints. They look up for reasons to complain. They wake up looking for something to complain about, or they wake up looking for other people that they can find to join in their complaints, no matter what it is. And I don't do that. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I just heard those firecrackers. I don't like firecrackers, but I can't see them. I don't like fireworks when I can't see them. That's a veteran thing. But so your question is, have you heard this book? Have you heard of this book called My Four Grandparents? It's a historical book created by author was Jerome Fitzgerald White. He published in July 4th, 2017. I read it. It's a 6 stars, so I rated it at 6 stars. I want to share that with you. Do me a favor, Kendrick. Please drop that in the comment section after this stream so I can pin it and come back to it, okay? And thank you. So yeah, I'll be waking up looking for reasons to smile and for things that's going to make me better, that's going to help me grow, and that's going to help end my complaints. And I like groups. Now I don't join groups very easily. I'm an awesome team player, right? I play team very well. I'm an awesome team player, but I don't join groups very easily, and I don't do them very well. Team, yes. Groups, no. I like think tanks. I love think tanks. And of course, think tank is done in a group. It's done in a group, but it's not group thought. It's not, think tanks are not for echo chambers. They're not to muffle out other voices or opinions. They are to brainstorm for solutions and plans of action. But when I'm a part of a team, I play team very well. I like teams. I prefer teams over groups. Groups to me should be short term. It depends on the situation. So I said that to say I wake up looking for things and people to support that kind of thoughts, that kind of thought, those kind of feelings. I wake up looking for things to put a smile on my face, not to bring me down or not to add to my frustration. Like if I'm already frustrated about something, I don't need somebody else to join in on my frustration. I don't need to have a pity party. I don't need to have a misery party. I don't like commiserating. That's a complaint. That's one of my complaints. Okay, here we go. That's a complaint. I don't like commiserating. But speaking of pity parties, I did a pity party lounge about a week ago. And I did it, well, it was the Petty Pity Party Lounge, right? Where I played music and I played these kind of like these breakup love songs and sad songs. And some of them were still like some good love songs. But I played these songs and we chopped it up in the chat room with different complaints. And we didn't try to fix the complaint. We just let the complaint be like, oh, he left me. So we played a song, for somebody being left. So because there's nothing wrong with crying either. It's not like I wake up. Well, my dad might say otherwise, but it's not like I wake up and I live my whole life with this great big grin on my face. Just grinning for just all the time happy, just all the time smiling, all the time joy, joy, joy. No, I have my down times too. You too, DC. You can drop those books, those suggestions also in the comment section. So my dad would say otherwise though, and other people have said the same thing, like it sound like or it look like I do wake up, like that. Um, Sometimes I can be doing something and nothing is really happening, but I have a little smile on my face. But I'm thinking, it's something that I'm thinking about, or someone that I'm thinking, something or someone that I'm thinking about that is bringing a smile to my face. Or it could be an event or something that I'm looking forward to. But that's what I look for. I look for things and people to add, not make me happy, but to add to my happiness. And I look to do the same for other people. I look to bring some happiness. Even if we disagree, like, because you can disagree with people, well, I can disagree with people and still want to aid in your happiness, still want you to be happy, still long for your happiness. And this is why I was sharing with someone a couple of nights ago. I was sharing with another woman that I'm building with, establishing a friendship with, um, that that's why I have a lot of long-term relationships and friendships, because number one, I believe in us being human, right? Hold on a second, I'm gonna do something. Let's get rid of this one, and let's get rid of this one, and let's add this one. Bear with me. I really like this. No, that's not the one. Okay, that's not the one that I really wanted to put up there. So, and here we go. Come on, show us what we're working with. There it is. So, y'all like that? Y'all see that picture? We're not perfect. Good evening, Omar. Welcome. Hey, everybody. Omar 1531 did a stream this morning that I absolutely enjoyed. I loved it so much. I really, really appreciated his stream this morning. So, Omar, do me a favor. Please grab the link to your stream from this morning and drop it in the chat room. Everyone, please check out the stream that Omar did this morning after he drops it in the chat. When you get opportunity, go check out that stream. So, waking up, and looking for people, to make me happy, help me smile. And me being able to have these long relationships, these long friendships, like I was sharing with someone the other night, is number one, because I allow people to be human, like I'm human. We are subject to human error. So even in my sisterhood, like, let me tell you, for me to discard someone, I'm turning the music down some more. Hey, Silva. Let me do this. So, for me to discard someone, it says a lot, because I don't discard people easily. I don't throw away people out of my life easily. Now, I prune every year. I do what I call pruning, where I reflect on relationships or friendships and where we've been together. And I do like an inventory. Greetings, information man. And I do an inventory of where we are. Like, is our relationship, is it still fruitful? Is it still beneficial? Or has our relationship run its course? And I do that because I am a firm believer that people come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. A reason, a season, or a lifetime. When people come into our lives and they only came to our lives for a reason, and you may not know what that reason is right away. You may not know what that reason is during the course of them being in your life. Sometimes you don't know what the reason is until either they're no longer in your life or communication begins to decrease or wane. But there's a lesson there, or there was a need there. There was either where you guys were there for each other, there was a purpose, or there was a lesson, or it was a mission. Sometimes, sometimes what happens is when people are only supposed to be in our life for a reason or a season, we try to hold on to them longer than what they were meant to be in our lives, and vice versa. Good to see you, Nerdy. So I'll do this inventory because I meet people and I've met people from across the globe. And Omar, with you being a veteran, you may know about this, right? You may be, and you too, Jack, right? No, no, not yet, Nerdin. Don't, no, not yet. Before this week, though, probably. And I just forgot, Nerdin. Please forgive me. Will you forgive me, Nerdin? So, number one, from being in the military, you meet people from different cities. You come into contact with people from different states, different countries. You go different places and you are exposed to a little more. In some instances, a lot more, right? And keep in contact, they become like a family in some cases. So pruning to me is kind of important because not only do you not want to just hold on to people just to be holding on to them, but you don't want to neglect time and energy on relationships and with people that need you and could use you because you're holding on to something and someone that was supposed to be let go. Thank you, Nuridan. Welcome, Willie Littlejohn. But in my pruning, I don't just throw people away. I usually give a phone call or something, or we have a visit, depending on location, and we have a period together to reflect, talk about things, and then just do a clean break, just do a release. There's no hard feelings. Sometimes it's just an acknowledgement, like, man, like, look at how much time has passed, what's going on, in your life, whatever. Hey, don't know what's going on, but thinking back upon these times, I just want to acknowledge you again, about this, and this, and let you know, hey, the rest of your journey of life, man, everything. I wish you the best, wish you well, just and nothing but much more success and progress, prosperity, just love. And sometimes in the pruning, it is realizing that something or someone no longer serves you and you no longer serve them. And in these cases, it doesn't make anybody right or wrong. You get that? So it doesn't make it where you just have to, beat up on somebody or berate them or berate the situation because it's severing times. Sometimes it's just about growth and being willing to allow others to grow and continue to grow away from you. And if you love people, when you love yourself enough and well enough to be able to extend that kind of love to others, no matter what happens in life and no matter what happens on your course, and no matter where you go, memories from the time that you were in each other's lives cannot be erased and they cannot be devalued. But you don't have the guilt between you for there not being the same level or same amount of communication because the time is no longer there. Nuruddin, do me a favor, darling. Please drop all of that information for me in the comment section, either at the end of this stream or go back to one of the older videos, the previous videos, and drop it for me so that I can catch up on it, please. Thank you. Yeah, but that's it. When you can do that, you don't have to, and they don't have to feel rejected, feel angry, resentment, animosity, because it wasn't warranted. And those are the things that taint the goodness of the relationship or the friendship or the reason that people was in your life for that reason or for that season. And when you recognize it for that, then you can appreciate it for that. And then it makes it a whole lot easier to respect the other individual and each other all the same. Sometimes during this release, sometimes the release is because they're just not supposed to be in this chapter of your life and vice versa. So sometimes you may be able to reconvene and then sometimes not. But whatever the case is, recognize it for what it is. I recognize it. I recognize them for what they are. And it helps me to focus and cultivate the things and the people that I need to. And that's why for me, trust and loyalty are extremely important. I believe they should be important anyway for everybody because, but I'm just going to speak for me though, because I allow myself to be vulnerable with the people in my life. And I create a space in my life for people in my life to be vulnerable around and with me. So my sisterhood circle and the circle that I have of the men in my life is a safe and a sacred place. Respect is not an option. Boundaries are not an option. They are mandatory. So laying a foundation, and sometimes you can lay a foundation easier with some individuals. Once again, it depends on the reason and the season and the purpose, right? So sometimes it can be easier and sometimes it involves work. But I allow people to be human. So I allow people to have human error. We can always grow and we can always bounce back from just a human error. What we can't go, what we can't bounce back from is intentionally hurting each other. What we can't bounce back from is intentionally disrespecting each other. So nurturing and cultivating relationships are important. And being able to love people enough to let them go is also important. And this is what allows me to be more patient, even when my patience is tried. This is what allows me to extend a graciousness, even when there is hurt or disappointment. And the same way I extend it is the same way I like to receive it. So I extend it the way I would like to receive it, if I should need it, because I am human too, and I am subject to human error too. On my best day, even if I mean with my best intentions, I am guaranteed to disappoint. I'm guaranteed to let down the people, even the people that I love the most, just in being human, just in human error, is guaranteed. I cannot promise them anything and everything, but I can stand on the promise that I am subject to human error. And even with my best intentions, we stay friends long enough. We stay associated long enough. We work in business long enough. We hang around each other long enough. We build long enough. You will, I promise you, You will be disappointed by me at some time. I promise you that. It will happen. It will happen. I promise you, I will let you down. I promise you that. It will happen. With my best intentions, that will happen. I promise you that. And I pretty much guarantee the same thing with you. No doubt. I pretty much guarantee the same thing with you. You will let me down. Even with being responsible, even with being dependable, even with being supportive, even with having my back, you associate yourself with me long enough. You stick around long enough. We do business long enough. You will disappoint me. You will let me down. You will fail me. You will fail me. And you will fail me for no other reason but because you're a human being. You are not perfect. You are not without flaws. You are not God. You can love me with everything that you have within you. You can love me with every fiber of your being. And you will still let me down. You will still disappoint me. That's a guarantee. But it would have to be something pretty detrimental for me to throw you away, for me to discard you. Because I don't discard people easily. Now, some people have a problem with abandonment and with rejection. And when you have abandonment, attachment, detachment, rejection issues, you definitely tend to hold on to people and things a lot longer. And those are some things that has to be worked on. I don't fear abandonment or attachment or overly detachment. Um, so even if it's time to discard, it doesn't mean you have to be crapped on at the same time. See, I get it, Omar. I get it. But that's why the relationships that I do have, You know, those that are lifetime, or those that have, like I say, I mean, literally, my childhood best friend, we were in Pampers together. I'm friends with people that I've been in the military with. I'm friends with people that I used to work with. I'm friends with people that I went to school with. And I don't mean like just casual friends. I mean like, no, if one of us needs something, like need, pick up that phone. There is nothing that I have that they can't have. Family and vice versa. But that's what respect and acceptance looks like. We can fall out for a day, a week, months, like fall out. But our falling out doesn't mean I hate you. Our falling out doesn't mean now let me run to other mutual friends and destroy your character. Our falling out doesn't mean let me share your secrets, things that you entrusted me with somebody else. No, it simply means we need time and we need a little bit of space between us. But you better not go through nothing, and I better not go through nothing while we are at odds, and you don't call me. Here for you, and you're still here for me. And then after the situation of need is done, if we still want to be a little mad and and go back to our little fallout, then you just go back to your own corner and your little fallout. And that's love. Sometimes just because you have ways that are different. And when you have ways that are different, sometimes just the ways that you are different can sometimes put you at odds. Once again, it doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't make me right. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't make me less. It doesn't make them less and me better. No, it just means we're at a different place. So SYSBM, SYSBW, we're just at different places. That's all that means to me. I don't have to understand your acronym. I don't have to understand why you are where you are in that whole thought process and that whole concept. I don't have to understand that in order to respect you as a human being, to respect you as a human being, to say, hey, it's whatever you want to do. Whatever works for you. If you don't spit on me, I won't spit on you. But if you do spit on me, don't get mad if I knock the fire from just clear, if I don't knock you to a whole other universe, if you spit on me. You get what I'm saying? I was telling someone earlier that sometimes I think that that's something else that people miss is like, people want to throw a pebble or throw a rock, right? And then they get mad because you throw a boulder. Well, I only threw a rock. Well, you should have thrown, what you should have done was you should have thrown a boulder because I had a boulder. And then if someone throws a boulder, they can't get mad because you come back and throw a building. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I want to throw a boulder. Well, your boulder really offended me, so I'm throwing buildings. They throw a building, you throw a state. They throw a state, you throw a whole country. you have We have no control over people's reactions, man. Hello, Jacob. Shalom. Good to see you. Exactly, Omar. That first punch needs to be the best punch. Really little smirky. You know what I'm saying? For real. But that's what it is. Yes, Silva, of course. You throw petty. You throw petty. You know I'll throw a little petty too, but that avatar, is like we're working. We're saying we accept each other to work with and work on each other without beating up on each other. Shalom, Deadly Raver, good to see you. Okay, Kendrick, I will do that. Do me a favor, Omar, please go. I don't think I saw it, but then again, I was not paying attention. But if you can grab the link again to your stream from this morning, Omar, let me go back through the chat, everyone. I'm going to get ready to end this stream. And I want to thank you all for joining me and for listening. I'm really looking forward to lighter energy and the vision and purpose for 2020. Okay. So of course we had Rosie Ray's esteemed. The Creator gives healing when you accept it. Edward, that is true. The Creator gives healing when we accept it. You are loved and appreciated, Rain. Oh, thank you, Rosie. Happiness is a full tank. LaShawn says, you already shining bright, Rain and Woman. Could never slow you down if tried. Respect that about you. Female version of me. Hey! Edward says, the elixir of holistic healing is not a pill. The elixir of holistic healing is not a pill. Jack Banks says, I want a new drill, one that don't spill, one that don't come in a cup or come in a pill. Rosie Ray says, I am going to create a happy pill. Right? Let's create the happy pill. And Jack Spade says, oh, Jack, I can always count on Jack and Q497 for the riddles and jokes. I'm Red Suppository. Rosie Red says, I am all for like-minded Black people. The celestial road is an ongoing journey that never ends. It never ends. Angry moments, Black pill because a Black man, LOL, save me time. Us men get, Jack Spade says, us men get cramped on just about every day. All we do is take notes and give props to anyone who dishes something out that's original and funny. And then Shannon says, jealous of the mirror. You jealous of those mirrors? Well, right now, those mirrors see a messy, frayed edges, because I need to brush my hair again, my ponytail. I need to go give a shampoo, condition. San Francis and Edward Bailey. I have a Native American name and medicine name as well. Do I owe you a Derek Jackson tax? No, you don't owe me a Derek Jackson tax. Jack Space says saying no to red velvet cake is illegal in all 50 states and U.S. territories. Okay, listen, Jack Space. It is a red velvet cheesecake. Before I continue, let me give a shout out to the Reality of Fitness. Um, he has a channel. The Reality of Fitness has a channel, and you guys can go and check him out. But he is very much not just into fitness, but very much into giving out health information. And so I'm definitely wanting to shout him out because he gave me some very helpful tips to help me when I don't have an appetite and I need to eat. So along with some exercise tips. So shout out to the Reality of Fitness. They also send me some information for me to try out. I have to go buy some ingredients for something to try at night. Okay, so I have been waiting to order this for the holidays. So I ordered this red velvet cheesecake from a fellow former poet out here on the Houston scene, young black man out here doing his thing with bakery. And this red velvet cheesecake is so delicious and it is so rich. And it has a Oreo chocolate. An Oreo chocolate crust. Oh my goodness. So I have been very good. I only ate one slice and it was pretty big. I mean, the slice I ate was not a big slice, but I only ate one slice and I shared it with other people. And I still have, but it was so big, so I still have more in the fridge. But I'm so proud of me because I like cheesecake. I really do. I really do love red velvet. Okay, I digress. So back to the chat room. Save yourself, brothers. I'm filling up the soul plane as we speak. $3,000 SYSBM SYSBW whenever you can go. Rosie Ray says those that do bring it on themselves, but we know not all our men operate like others. No, not all our men and not all our women are like that. We are focused on the self-loving black men. We are focused on the self-loving black men and the self-loving black women. And DOD said in all caps, smash that like button. So smash that like button. The gender war comes from an imbalanced misunderstanding of manhood and womanhood. I can agree with that too. Understand. No, it comes from it. Save yourself before the scorpion stings the frog. Listen, that's right. Don't be surprised if don't. No. The frog tried to help the scorpion by giving the scorpion a ride to the other side of the lake or the river, the pond or something, because the scorpion couldn't swim. It couldn't get on the other side. And the scorpion turned around and stung the frog. Why? Because it's a freaking scorpion. And scorpions sting. What else do we have here? And that was from Monica Mo Justice. Nishan says, look, honestly, those are people caught up and will forever do. I didn't know it was so bad till that was a Shan. And let me see, did he finish that? Okay. Hola. Too funny but true. Okay, Careless Whisper. That was the response to the goalpost keeps getting moved. But we have to be honest. Both sides have valid points. Both sides like to debate the extremes and personal accounts. Exactly, that is so true. Jack Spade. Is this the right time to issue a YouTube classic? Well, that's not me. Okay, well, yes, this is the right time to issue that. Shoot your shot. So Jack Spade gave another meaning to the acronym SYSBM, saying shoot your shot, black men. But I'm going to say the same thing for the SYSBW, shoot your shot, black woman. If he has your attention or you want to know a little bit more, go ahead and shoot your shot. Don't be afraid to shoot your shot. The worst that can happen is you get rejected. The worst that can happen is they like, you ain't my type. And you just take that on the chest, or take it on the chin, or take it on the shoulder, and go shoot your shot to somebody else. Play it like a numbers game. My day was good, Kendrick. Thank you for asking. Kendrick Celestin said, yesterday I had Starbucks. I had strawberry cream. Oh, I love strawberries. I haven't had strawberry cream, and that sounds delightful. Mm. DC says, don't they? I'm not going to say that out loud. Tomorrow is the last day. Yes, I did that already. Y'all bear with me. I think I'm reading the chat. Yes, pruning is definitely pleasant because pruning is healthy. Pruning is healthy for everybody. And sometimes what happens when you're pruning, if you go back and you just, you know, pick up the phone or schedule a meeting or lunch or something, sometimes what happens is you'll find that that individual or those individuals may be looking or may have desired a reconnection and didn't know what to do at the time that passed or whatever. And you know, you just kind of gotta weigh it. You know, go ahead and put it on the scale. Okay, my team. Let me play y'all a song so I can go read my team. Don't judge me. Oh, I swear I love this song. You know I do. Help me solve this okay mistake. It's more than just a phrase. More than just a phrase. It's more than just a phrase. I can't help it. It's more than just a phrase. It's the real thing. The real thing. Take me. Since I can be myself with you, kiss me now, I exist. Maybe just to scream about how helpless you is. Help me solve this okay mistake. It's more than just a play. It's more than just a play. It's more than just a play. I can't help it. It's more than just a play. I really love that song. Okay, so back to my comments. Narrative popped in and he's helping me out with some things. What do we have here? Okay, hold on, I missed some things. Okay, I missed a lot. Hold on, guys. This is a very needed topic, especially at this time of year. Thank you, Omar. I prefer the quiet break, just kind of going my way and keeping our memories. That's fine. Information man came through, but you're on point, man. This is real. I'm taking notes, break up on a what. Hey, Jack, I'm actually, I'm a little bit more with that as well. So you keep that pen and paper handy, darling. That vulnerability is a sign of genuine love. Yes, it is. Never be vulnerable when a woman see overcame through being petty. See over relationships themselves require a level. Omar said relationships themselves require a level of vulnerability, and that is facts. All relationships, every last single one of them, require a level of vulnerability. And the levels of vulnerability may not be equivalent to each other. It really depends on where each individual is. But yes, they all require a level of vulnerability. That's a key ingredient that people forget, especially Omar said. Omar said it's somewhat inevitable. Whether a friend, a child co-worker, the second I begin to relate to you and share ideas and personal issues, I become vulnerable. And he said, I unfortunately have abandonment issues. I recognize it though. Maybe we can talk about that a little bit one day, Omar. That's real. We can fall out, but I'd never sell you out. Nah, not cool. Exactly. Okay, I caught up on those comments, and then we have so Daniel Robert came in saying, here's what I learned from the Rise of Skywalker: the wolf brats die for nothing. Always nice here. Oh, DC, pleasure, sweetheart. Fantastic energy rating. Oh, I struck at the end. Well, happy New Year's to you. We have a Huey Lewis and the news fan in the house. Oh, thank you for supporting, Jacob. Oh, Omar said I'm staring at food right now, and you lost 8 pounds. Hello, Mo Grizzly. Yeah, dear diet, you're fired. Um, One of my friends told me he wanted me to. He's like, let me talk to a fat chick inside you and tell her she can't have that cheesecake. Mm. Well, if you must have it, take a picture yourself before and after. Mm. Okay, so we're talking about cheesecake. It ain't cheesecake unless it's world famous junior cheesecake. New York City, you fellas treat your boo for Valentine's Day. Hello, Zero the Infinite. Oh, you want to see this red velvet cheesecake? Hey, what's good, Charles D? See, Alma said the scorpion. The scorpion was a strag, see, Alma? Fellas, if you do choose to purchase that cheesecake, just type in discount code SYSBM. Save your salary, black man, and get 35% off. Good evening, Leotis. Okay, I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up. Hold on a second. I shall partake in a slice of red velvet cheesecake tomorrow after the gym. Yes, I shall. But everybody, thank you again for coming through. Let me turn this music down again. Oops. The music being played is by Epidemic Sounds. It is royalty-free music. Um, Sip my tea. Listen, guys, I want to thank everyone that came through, not only for coming through, but I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you for your respect. Happy New Year to you too, Daniel Raver. God bless. I want to thank you for your respect for not just the stream, but the respect for others as well. Um, I want to thank you for being willing to listen to my thoughts, listen to my feelings, even if you don't agree with me, and even if you don't understand my perspective or my position. This channel, this channel is used to uplift, to build up. Even if I must tear down something, not to tear down people and tear down something, right? I am definitely as I am as much for Black pride, self-respect, self-love, Black love, Black family, Black happiness, Black progression. I'm as much for that today as what I was prior to me hearing and becoming aware of any of these acronyms. Man, I want to give a special shout out also to Jada Black. I'm shouting out Jada Black because Jada Black is like the first person that I came across in this, one of the first people I came across in Negro Manosphere space. And in his growth and in his perspective, he's always shown me nothing short of respect. He's always shown me nothing short of support. And he's always been fair. He's always been balanced in this. So I really want to give Jada Black a shout out for that. And I've seen a lot of growth even with Jada Black. And I look for there to be even more, for him. But I do, y'all, from time to time, we may address people's feelings or different perspectives or thoughts or whatever. But I'm not going to be down on my sisters, and I'm not going to be down on my men. And I'm not going to tolerate that in my chat room like I haven't before. I'm not going to tolerate that in my chat room. And that's one thing I like, about being able to have a voice and being able to have an opinion and being able to have a stand and a platform like this where you can use all of those things. Because no matter what I think, no matter what I feel, and I do, let me be clear, and I do get in my feelings. But no matter what I think, no matter what perspective I have, no matter what opinion I have, and no matter what I feel, I can always bring my thoughts and my feelings and my perspective to my own channel. I don't have to try to run anyone else's platform. I don't have to try to tell anyone else how to run their platform. I have my own platform. We will not participate on this channel. We will not participate in the gender war. On this channel, we will not participate in activity that is really harmful to other people. Like them or not, like, we can agree to disagree, or we can just disagree. Disagreeing is a big really is allowed. It's all about how you do it. You know what I mean? But we will talk about different things that we experience in and that we have experienced relationships in families in the world that may have set us back, may have had a negative impact on us, and see how we can help each other grow forward. As a channel host, you know, I've made some mistakes behind this mic. I'm going to make some more. I am. I'm human. I'm going to make some more. But I'll never be too big to acknowledge mistakes. And I'll never be too big for trying. Too big to try to make things better. Shut up, Jack. Jack Spade said, but I earned my living selling arms and supplies to the gentle combatants. I can't stand you right now, Jack. This channel will be more personal for us, even if we don't know each other personally, because I know and have more familiarity with those that come across my channel, and whatever way possible that I can or that we can from being in this space. The celebrities and stuff, unless it's a celebrity that I actually know. So it is what it is. But we don't have to, and I don't recommend us carrying the burdens of other people and carrying the pain of other people on our shoulders and on our backs to the detriment of our own spirit and the detriment of our own sanity and reality. Just be you. Just be you. And just strive to be a better you as much as possible from day to day. And on that note, we're going to go out with, we're going to go out with, I don't want to get flagged, copyright strike, but I want to go out with something nice. And I want to go out with something. Where is Brother Rob? He always has good music selections.
Vibration is extremely high. I'm feeling cool. I'm feeling like snow on a hot day. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling fabulous, fantastic. You know, I'm smiling. You know, I'm singing like the birds. I'm up early to get the word. Feel me? Slick it up, her. Too clean. And always stay next to me. You got it.
It's something I want you. It's something about the way you said I know that I'll make it clear. I know for you every time I try to. You can get away. Don't you speak truth to them dead. All I wanna hear is that the dishes are regret. So I'm next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Give it your way. You don't really, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you. I wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you. I want you around. I need you. I guess I can keep this feeling to myself. Now you're the one to make me know. I'm like a girl, I can't tell. I'm probably a rather stay. You get away. Won't you say you so then? All of my is in the dishes are regret. So I'm next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Because you right. You don't really want to. I just want to get away. Sit right next to you. I wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you. I want you around. This has been another episode of Coffee is Black.